the capacity building IT, which had been working for the past term in preparing everything for you to help support the members, engage them, and participate in IFMSA events. So I would like to present them in front of you now. First, I would like to present my general assistant and the IFMSA VP-CB elect, Lucia Aunon from IFMSA Spain. And then we have our development assistant, Konstantinos Theocharis from MSD Bulgaria. And then we have our educational assistant, Mahmoud Magdi from IFMSA Egypt. Unfortunately, he cannot attend with us today because he is having some issues. And we have also our online training assistant, Sylvia Wang from IFMSA Peru. And we have our capacity building regional assistant for Africa, Efwa Yaba from FGMC Ghana. And we have our capacity regional assistant for the Americas, Juan Chavez from IFMSA Honduras. And we have our capacity building regional assistant for Asia Pacific, Muhammad Halim from SIMSA Indonesia. And we have our capacity building regional assistant for the EMR, Zain Muthanna from IFMSA Iraq. And finally, we have our capacity building regional assistant for Europe, James Jinani from UNSA Ukraine. So first, we're going to start with the questions and answers to the capacity building IT. I have received some questions on our email. So I will just like to reply to those questions, and then we can give you the spot in case you have any questions. Please raise your hand and Yazid will be facilitating the process. So for the first question we received from Nimsa Nigeria is that when is going to be the call for trainers pool opened again? And would it be going to be opened on specific period to the term, or is it open for the whole term? So the answer to that, the call for trainers pool will be open for the whole term. You can join the trainers pool whenever you want. However, to update your membership, you can only do this as specified in the IOGs, which is a specific period. But for now, since it's the first time, so we launched the call to gather as much as possible of applications, evaluate them. We closed it, but we are going to open it soon, which I believe hopefully by September. And then it will remain open for the rest of the term and for the following years. So you can apply whenever you have time. The second question that we received from Nimsa Nigeria as well was that also we would like to know how only few workshops qualifies a person to be a trainer while other facilitator. We believe this makes other trainings less significant to the likes of TNT. To answer this question, we have some specific requirements for a workshop to be qualified as a workshop that graduate trainers, which is a minimum of 8 hours of trainers education sessions, which I believe that if you are a trainer, so you know what are they. So the workshops that have those requirements, they are allowed to be a trainers. Otherwise, if they don't, then they are not allowed to be a trainers. Saad, can you give me back my screen? Thank you. Okay, do we have any other questions? Please raise your hands in Zoom. Yes, BVMD Germany.
Yes, thank you. I have a small question regarding the online tradings. There's currently no representation for single online sessions which might be conducted in a forum like an online NGA. And my question is, can we still open a call for participants or trainers on the server, even though it is not represented in the CB IOGs?
Okay, so perfectly. Whatever that's not approved by IFMSA, it's not considered as an IFMSA event. And IFMSA platforms should be used only for IFMSA events. As an example, the general server, the IFMSA Facebook group, social media, whatever. But on the NMO server, since NMOs are allowed to share their activities as part of participating with other NMOs, so we don't mind that this is shared to the server. However, it should be specified that this is a national event and it's not an IFMSA certified event. It should be clear to the NMOs. Thank you very much, Vivian.
Okay, thank you.
We have IFMSA Brazil.
Hello, everyone. My question is, do we need to change the name to VR here in the CB Plenary?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Do we have any other questions to the CBIT? We still have 5-10 minutes more. In the meantime, Yazid, how many people are connected to the Nemo vote?
Currently, we have 47 animals with voting rights and 2 without voting rights who are connected to the Nemo vote.
Okay, perfect. Please, animals who are in Zoom, please do connect to the Nemo vote. I can see many animals here in Zoom, but I don't understand why are you not connecting. In case it's the credentials, so please contact your animal president to share with you the credentials as soon as possible. VPCB Atmosphere Pakistan, please change your name as per the name shared in the animal list. Nori Gamsa, please change your name if you are representing Gamsa as per it's shared with you on the animal list. If you cannot, please raise your hand. We can help you with changing your name. In the meantime, are there any other questions with the capacity building IT?
I see no hands. Okay, we have Turkey. Turkey, you have the floor.
Yes, Khan.
Hello. When will you share the trainers pool?
Can you repeat? I couldn't hear you.
When will you share the trainers pool?
You mean the database?
Yeah, the trainers and the facilitators that applied and
yes.
selected.
Hopefully by the end of August. The small working group is currently working on evaluating applications. We received around 850 applications, so it's a bit high workload. So I hope that by the end of August, they will be sharing the list to be accessible to all animals. Thank you for the question, Turkmisk. Do we have any other questions? In the meantime, VPCB Pakistan, change your name. Nori Gamsa, change your name. If you can't, let us know. We can help you.
If you have any questions, please raise your hand. Okay, we have 50 animals who are connected.
Okay, Yazid, can you help me with changing VPCB Atmosphere? Okay, Atmosphere Pakistan VPCB. Are you representing Pakistan or are you just an observer? Because we don't have observers here. Observers can see the online streaming that's happening on YouTube and Facebook. So if you are an observer, please leave the Zoom. Otherwise, if you're representing Pakistan, please change your name as per the NMO name.
Okay,
Thank you very much. And sorry for that. If there are no more questions, we can start. Yazid, should we start?
I see no questions. Yes, please.
Okay, perfect. So first, I want to brief you about the agenda that's going to happen today. We're going to open the plenary, then we're going to elect the chairperson, appointment of secretary and secretary assistants, election of returning officer, adoption of the OGA guidelines, adoption of the CB IOG change proposals, elections of the TPAB, and then adjournment of the capacity building plenary. So first, we can start with the roll call. Yazid, can you copy paste from Nemo vote?
Okay, we will copy paste from Nemo vote, who is present now. Okay, just a sec. Done.
Thank you very much. Just give me 1 second. Okay, you can now see my screen. Okay, RCMSA Afghanistan not present. I'm going to read the NMO name. Please follow me on the screen. In case it's written that not present and you are present in the chat or in Zoom list, please raise your hand so we can check it and identify what's the issue, okay? Because the animals that are marked with the green present are present in Nemo vote. The animals who are marked with red are not present on Nemo vote. So I ask you to please raise your hand in case it's RMSA Afghanistan, ACMS Albania, Algeria Lisuk not present, IFMSA Argentina not present, IFMSA Aruba not present, AMSA Australia not present, AMSA Austria not present, Azermeds Azerbaijan present, BMSS Bangladesh present, BEMSA Belgium not present, IFMSA Bolivia present, Bohemsa and Bosnia Herzegovina is not present, SAMSIC Bosnia and Border representative of Srpska is not present, then in Brazil not present, IFMSA Brazil present, AMSB Bulgaria not present, AM Burkina Faso present, AM Burundi not present, CAMSA Cameroon not present, CFMS Canada not present, IFMSA Quebec is present. Please mute your mic. AX Catalonia is present, IFMSA Chile is present, IFMSA China is not present, AMSAHK China Hong Kong is present, SMCOL Colombia is not present. Please mute your
mute your mics.
ACEM Costa Rica not present, CROMSI Croatia is present, SIMSA Cyprus not present, IFMSA Czech Republic is not present, Democratic Republic of Congo is not present, IMCC Denmark not present, ODM Dominica Republic not present, IFMSA Dominica not present, AMPI Ecuador present, IFMSA Egypt is present, IFMSA El Salvador not present, IMSA Estonia not present, IMSA Ethiopia is present, FIMSIC Finland not present, and in France is present, GAMSA Gambia is not present, GAMSA Georgia not present, BVMD Germany is present, FGMSA Ghana is present, HOMSIC Greece is present, IFMSA Grenada is not present, IFMSA Guatemala is present, AM Guinea is not present, AM Hayati is not present, IFMSA Honduras is present, HOMSIC Hungary is not present, IMSA Ireland is not present, MSAI India is present, SIMSA Indonesia is present, IMSA Iran is not present, IFMSA Iraq is present, IFMSA Kurdistan Iraq is not present, AMSI Ireland is not present, FIMS Israel is not present, SISM Italy not present, NOHSS Ivory Coast not present, JAMSA Jamaica is present, IFMSA Japan is not present, IFMSA Jordan is present, KAZAMSA Kazakhstan present, MSA Kenya is present, COMS Kosovo not present, COMSA Kuwait present, AMSA Kyrgyzstan is not present, LAMSA Latvia not present, LAMSIC Lebanon is present, LIMSA Lithuania not present, ALIM Luxembourg not present, MSA Malawi present, SMAMS Malaysia not present, APMS Mali not present, MMSA Malta present, AFMM Mauritania not present, MF Mexico present, MOMSIC Montenegro not present, IFMSA Morocco is present, AMSN Namibia not present, NMSS Nepal present, IFMSA the Netherlands, IFMSA Anal present, AS Niger not present, NIMSA Nigeria present, MSANC Northern Cyprus not present, NMSA Norway not present, MEDSCO Oman present, IFMSA Pakistan is present, PAMSA Palestine is not present, IFMSA Panama is present, IFMSA Paraguay is not present, IFMSA Peru is present, AMSA Philippines is present, IFMSA Poland not present, and in Portugal present, KIMSA Qatar is present, KIMSA Korea is not present, ASR Moldova not present, MSA the Republic of North Macedonia present, FASMARA Romania present, HCMM Russia not present, TAMSA Tatarstan Russia not present, METSA Rwanda not present, FINES Senegal not present, IFMSA Serbia not present, SLIMSA Sierra Leone not present, SIMSA Singapore not present, SLOMSIC Slovakia is not present, SLOMSIC Slovenia is not present, IFMSA South Africa present, IFMSA Spain present, Medicine Sudan not present, IFMSA Sweden not present, SUMSA Switzerland is present, FMS Taiwan not present, TGMSA Tajikistan not present, IFMSA Thailand is not present, AMP Togo not present, TTMSA Trinidad and Tobago is present, SOCMA Tunisia is not present, Turkmenistan Turkey is present, FUMSA Uganda is not present, YUMSA Ukraine is present, SFGH UK not present, TAMSA Tanzania not present, AMSA USA is not present, Phenomenon Uzbekistan is present, FIVISCOM Venezuela is present, NAMS Yemen not present, and ZIMSA Zimbabwe not present. Again, whoever heard their name as not present and they are there in Zoom, please raise your hand. Yazid and Mamdouh will going to check this with you.
Please raise your hand if you're present. Do not send it on chat. For the animals who heard their name and they are present, please raise your hand if you are not.
Please raise your hand in Zoom. Go to the participants list and click on your name, click more, raise hand.
Okay, so we have Canada. They were not. CFMS Canada are present on Zoom right now. So please change it, Haidar.
Yes, I'll do that. Just give me 1 second.
I'm also logged into Nemo Vote.
Yeah, we're going to check what is the issue.
Thank you.
Okay, CFMS Canada, lower your hand. Okay, Palestine, I will check now. Palestine, you are not connected to Nemo Vote. Please connect to Nemo Vote.
We don't have voting rights, so no need to connect any more vote, as it's a candidate member yet.
Okay, but you will be deemed not present because you're only present on Zoom. Haidar, please note that.
Yes, so in case you want to be present in the plenary, even if you don't have voting right, you have the credentials for Nemo Vote with your NMO president. So please log in, but anyway, you will not be voting. So if you want to be recorded as not present, it's up to you not to log in, but just for your information.
Okay, I will check now. Thank you.
Okay, I will check Sierra Leone. Slemsa Sierra Leone, you're not connected on Nemo Vote. Haidar, can you give me the next name? No,
Yeah,
don't
just
worry.
give me a second. I'm just writing
Just
the
take
names
your
of people. Okay. After Slums, we have IMSA Iran.
Okay, Iran. Iran are present on Nemo Vote.
Okay, so that we can change them later.
Please lower
We
your
have
hand,
Costa
Sierra
Rica.
Leone and Palestine and Iran.
We have Costa Rica.
Okay. Costa Rica are online on Nemo Vote.
No, yes, okay, Costa Rica. Perfect.
Costa Rica became online on Nemo Vote.
Okay, we have Association Tunisia.
Tunisia, you are not online on Nemo Vote. You're online on Zoom only.
Check with your NMO president, Tunisia, and take the credentials so that you can be connected to Nemo Vote.
If we have addressed your NMO, please lower your hand. Sierra Leone, Iran, please lower your hand. Association.
Tunisia. Okay, we have Namibia.
Namibia are online on Nemo Vote.
Okay, perfect then. Then we have also Gambia.
Gambia, you are offline on Nemo Vote.
Okay, I think we are done with all the NMOs who are raised hands. Please don't write in the chat, just raise your hand so that we can follow up with you. Yazid, I'm going to repeat the names of NMOs who were not there just to confirm that they are there now, okay? Just give me 1 second.
Keep your Nemo Vote page open so you would be online. If you close it or close your browser, you will be deemed offline.
Yes, and please don't use your phone for Nemo Vote. Okay, so Yazid, we have on Canada. Are they on Zoom now? So shall I make them present?
Canada, you became offline again. Canada, reopen your Nemo Vote.
Yeah, Nemo Vote's open on my desktop.
It is offline. Recheck it. Okay, now it's open. Okay, they're online now.
Okay, so Canada is online now. Perfect. Okay. Then we have the next NMO is Costa Rica. Are they online, Yazid?
Yes.
Okay, changed. The next NMO is Gambia. Are they online?
No.
Okay. The next NMO is Iran. Are they online?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Next is Namibia. Are they online?
Yes.
Okay, changed. Next is Palestine. Are they online now?
Yes.
Okay, changed. Next is Sierra Leone. Are they online now?
Can you give me the spelling of Sierra Leone?
Slums, S-I-E-R-R-L-E-O-N-E.
S-I-E-R-R. No, they're offline.
Okay. Then we have Tunisia, Tunis. Are they online?
Tunisia are offline.
Okay, so now we still have Tunisia offline, Sierra Leone offline, and we also have Gambia offline. For the others, I believe all of you are changed to online. From these three NMOs, are you having any issues? If yes, please raise your hands. Otherwise, we will record the NEMO vote, the roll call as you are offline. So please let us know.
Medicine
Medicine
Sudan, do you have
Sudan.
anything?
Yes, I'm trying to log into the NEMO vote. Just give me 1 second.
Palestine, PAMSA Palestine.
Hi there. I've got login into NEMO vote just right now.
Yes, you are
Yes.
online.
You are online, no worries.
Shukran.
Okay, Izid, let me know when Sudan is online so I can also change them to present. Please lower your hands, Sudan and Palestine. Okay, the other three NMOs, Tunisia, Sierra Leone, and Gambia, you will be recorded as not present. We're going to move on. And Sudan, are they present now, Yazid?
No.
For Gambia, we're just a candidate member, so we can't be on the NMO.
You are
Even if you are on a candidate member, you have the credentials for NEMO vote to be recorded online, same as PAMSA Palestine. So please take this from your NMO president. However, if you didn't, you will be recorded as offline, which will not affect voting because you don't have voting rights anyway.
All right, okay. Let me just get the credentials from my NMO president.
In the meantime, Eric, there's a name called Eric in Zoom. Please change your name as per your NMO. Otherwise, I would like to ask you to leave Zoom if you're not presenting any NMO. Yazid,
Yes.
shall we move on? Yes, Sudan.
Yes, I logged into the NEMO vote.
Okay, I will check now. Okay, Sudan are online.
Okay, I think we can move on with the roll call, Yazid.
Yes, please.
Okay, perfect. We're going to record this timestamp as the roll call timestamp for the CB Plenary. Okay, so now we start with the first. Yes, Yazid, sorry. Go.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's start with the plenary. We recorded the voting.
Okay, perfect. Mr. VPRC, are we live streaming now? Should I wait or can we go?
We are live.
Okay, perfect. So agenda 1 is the opening of the plenary. We had a procedural motion proposed by the IFMSA Online General Assembly meeting 2020. It will be conducted in an online setting in its entirety. Voting procedures outlined in the CDIOGs and the IFMSA constitutions and bylaws, and relevant supporting documents will be considered as valid. Do we have any seconders? Turkmesk Turkey. Since it's procedural motion, so there's no amendments, we are going to move to ask for direct negatives. If there is none, we will consider this procedural motion as passed. Are there any direct negatives? BVMD Germany, are you direct negativing or do you have a point of information, point of order? Okay, thank you very much. Is there any direct negative? Okay, I see none. Motion passes. We're officially opening the capacity building plenary. Thank you very much. The next motion is a regular motion tabled by the IFMSA Capacity Building IT to elect Mr. Yazid Arar Najib Kharis, IFMSA Joe, as the chairperson for the capacity building. Plenary, Online General Assembly, August meeting 2020, proposed by IFMSA Capacity Building IT. Do we have any seconders? Where are you, IFMSA Joe? IFMSA Joe is a seconder. Do we have any amendments? I see none. Do we have any direct negative? I see none. Motion passes. Nemo contract. Mr. Yazid is elected as the chairperson for the Capacity Building Plenary.
Okay, thank you, Haidar. Just a small reminder for everyone, if you need anything, please raise your hand. I will give 10 seconds after every motion for you to second it or to direct negative it. If none, we will move on. Okay, so we will move on. Haidar, can you please give the
Yes, I stopped sharing.
Yeah, exactly. The share screen to the secretary team so we can see them when they write down on the screen.
Okay, perfect.
Secretary team, please share it. Okay, I will move on to agenda item number 2, agenda item number 3, appointment of the plenary secretary and secretary assistant. So they would be officially sharing their screens. So I appoint the following individuals in the positions of the plenary secretary and secretary assistants. Mr. Konstantinos Theocharis from AMSB Bulgaria as the secretary. Ms. Lucia Onion from IFMSA Spain as secretary assistant. Ms. Sylvia Wong from IFMSA Peru as secretary assistant, and Ms. Ifau Yaba from FGMSA Ghana as secretary assistant. Okay, perfect. Next item on the agenda, the election of the returning officers. Next. Motion number 2, to elect Mr. Mohammed Mamdouh Isa from IFMSA Egypt as returning officer for the capacity building plenary of the 69th Online General Assembly August meeting 2020. Proposed by the capacity building team. Is there any seconder? Okay, I will choose. I don't see Egypt for some reason. Okay, I will choose Lemsek, Lebanon. Is there any amendments? Please lower your hands. Is there any amendment? Iraq, do you have an amendment? Okay. IFMSA Egypt, do you have an amendment? IFMSA Egypt. IFMSA Egypt, you have an amendment. Please, the floor is yours. Speak up.
No amendments. I was raising for a second.
Okay, please lower your hand then.
Okay.
Okay, so again, is there any amendments? Lower your hand, IFMSA Egypt. Okay, good. Okay, no amendments. Is there any direct negatives? Okay, motion passes Nemo contra. Terrific. So I'm going to play a game with you all. The first one to hit the seconder button, with the raise their hand to second, they will be chosen. Okay. Whenever a motion pops up, I'm not going to wait that long when I say a seconder. Okay, so agenda item number 5, adoption of the online General Assembly guidelines. Next, the motion number 3 to adopt the online General Assembly guidelines as sent on the NMO server on the 19th of July to be used to conduct the capacity building plenary in the 69th Online General Assembly August meeting 2020. Wait, I didn't say a seconder. It's proposed. Lower your hands, please. Proposed by the IFMSA capacity building team. Is there a seconder? BVMD Germany. Any amendments? Please lower your hands. Is there any amendment? Any direct negatives? Okay, motion passes Nemo contra. Next item on the agenda, agenda item number 6, the adoption of the capacity building IUGs, changes of proposals. Next. Okay, so we have a compiled motion number 4. I guess that you have all agreed upon that in the capacity building session. To adopt the IUG change proposals number 1, 3, 4, 5, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, and 19. Malawi, do you have a point of information or a point of order? Okay. Proposed by FMSA Capacity Building IT. Is there a seconder? The Republic of Northern Macedonia. Where is Macedonia? Yeah, Macedonia. Okay, please lower your hands. Is there any amendments? Any direct negatives? Motion passes Nemo contra. Okay, next motion, motion number 5. To adopt IUG change proposal number 2. The new annex number 14, facilitators evaluation form and rubric. Okay, proposed by FMSA Capacity Building IT. Is there a seconder? FMSA Jordan. Is there any amendments? Okay, FMSA Pakistan, do you have an amendment? Okay, Helmsek Greece, do you have an amendment? The floor is yours.
Hello, yes, we do have an amendment. We sent the criteria we want to remove in the sentences. We think that the sentences should be objective and be more well stated for such an important document.
Okay, thank you, Helmsek Greece. So we have an amendment from Helmsek Greece. As I understood, it was already sent to the capacity building team and everyone should have seen it by now. Does the proposer accept the amendment? Haidar.
No, we don't accept the amendment. We incorporated some of the amendments in other amendment that we propose later. However, we believe that some points need to be still in the rubric. It will depend on the trainer to evaluate that points as well.
Okay, so the proposer does not accept the amendment. We will go to a vote. Okay, so amendment to this is the motion number 5, correct? Yes. So we have a motion please go to your Nemo vote. We will have an amendment to the motion number 5. So if you are in favor of the original proposal, if you are in favor of the amendment to be incorporated with the original proposal, if you are against or you abstain. Okay, the voting will start now. Please vote. If you are in favor of the amendment, against or abstain, please vote now. I'll give you 2 minutes. If you have closed the Nemo vote, please open it and vote again. We have 52 online NMOs. Please vote. I have 48 NMOs who voted, but we have 52 who are online. The people who are online, please vote now. You still have less than 40 seconds to vote, then I will close the motion. Okay, I have 50 animals who voted. If you're online, vote now before I close it. You have 10 seconds. Okay, the voting is closed now. So we have 28 in favor of the amendment, 11 against, and 11 abstentions. The amendment is incorporated with the original motion. "28 in favor, 11 against, and 11 abstentions." Yes, so the amendment is incorporated with the original motion. Do we have any further amendments? IFMSA Brazil, you raised your hands. Do you have a further amendment?
Yes, thank you. We believe that there were vague points that make it difficult to understand both for evaluation and for feedback to those who facilitated the session. So we propose a different and more complete scale.
What is your amendment, IFMSA Brazil?
We did send it to spread for email.
Haidar, can you confirm that you have received an amendment from IFMSA Brazil regarding this motion?
Okay, so they send it to a small group, but it's not in the tracking sheet. So I can say Brazil, I'm going to send it now to the chair so that he can present it, because I thought that you are agreeing with Greece in their amendment. Just give me 1 second.
Okay, can you share it on the screen so I can read it so everyone can see it?
Okay, here is it.
You sent it to my email?
No, it's my screen. I'm sharing my screen.
Share your screen, please, and let me read it.
Yeah, I am sharing my screen. Can you see it?
No.
No, we can see it.
Now?
No, secretary assistant who's sharing their screen, can you please unshare your screen? Okay, Haidar, now your screen is, we can view it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, which one is their amendment?
We change it for, can you put a pint? Basically, we avoid to the vague points that we solve, and we also rate as unsatisfactory, partly meet expectations, satisfactory, and exceeds expectations, because we believe that we can evaluate more, and the person who received this could understand more what could improve or what is already good.
Okay, so if I'm understanding correctly, the highlighted parts are your amendments. Can you go to them, Haidar, please? So above there is to avoid eye contact. Haidar, share your screen, please. Okay, so avoid eye contact has monotonous voice tone and unclear speech. That is your first amendment, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And can go down, please, to their second one. Okay, so, and partially answers questions when reached by the participants. Is that the entire amendment that you're proposing, IFMSA Brazil?
Second.
Okay, so that's it. Okay, does the proposer accept the amendment?
Yazid, I have a point of information. I was just wondering if this can be considered as an amendment or alternative motion, since it's changing the entire motion that we presented. They're not amending the criteria that we said. They have a new criteria with different changes. So it's your interpretation whether to go with an amendment or alternative motion.
It is an amendment. I did not ask for a direct negative, so they did not propose an alternative motion. It is an amendment to your proposal.
Okay, that was a point of information. Thank you for the clarification. Then in that case, we do not accept the amendment because we feel that there are many changes in this and it's not aligned with what we were proposing in the beginning on behalf of the capacity building IT. So conclusion, we are not accepting the amendment.
Okay, you do not accept the amendment. So we are going to a vote. So give me just 1 second so I can start it. Okay, so we are going to vote on the second amendment proposed by FMSA Brazil. If you are in favor of the amendment, please vote in favor, against, or abstain. The voting starts now. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to vote. You have 52 online members. Please vote now. In the meantime, if the VPPRC is there, if you can play some music for us, that would be perfect. IFMSA Brazil, BVMD Germany, and Switzerland. If you have a point of order, you may raise your hand. If not, the voting is happening and I will not be receiving any, I will not be allowing points of information. Only points of order are allowed because the voting has started. So if you do not have a point of order, lower your hand. SWIMSA Switzerland, do you have a point of order? Okay. You can raise your hand again for a point of information after the voting finishes. Okay, 5 seconds. Okay, the voting is closed now. So the results, we have 18 NMOs in favor of the amendment, 24 against, and 8 abstentions. The amendment is not incorporated with the original motion. Okay, do we have any points of information or points of order? Okay, BVMD Germany, do you have a point of information?
Yes, a short one. It was not really clear what we were voting upon because there were two different statements. The first one was only the two grammatical changes which were presented. There was no presentation of the other differences. So it was not really clear what we vote upon. So we will ask for an elaboration on the changes and then another vote.
Okay, so for the elaboration on the vote that have happened, I read their amendment twice, and they have confirmed the amendment. I apologize if you did not, if it wasn't clear enough for you, but the amendment has already been voted upon. Unless they propose the amendment again when I ask for further amendments, we're not going to be voting upon it again. So instead, Switzerland, you have the floor.
Thank you. Well, I agree with Germany here. I think we were all confused about what we were voting upon because when you presented the document from IFMSA Brazil, it looked like the only thing that changed were the 3 blue things that they noted on the document, and all the other changes were just in the same color as the rest of the document. And this was really confusing because they thought it was otherwise like the same thing as was originally presented And we thought it was only 3 grammatical changes that were added because of the screen presentation. So in these amendments, I would like to point out that you would need to mark all the things in different color that are being changed, because otherwise, like, you think you're voting on 3 grammatical changes, and in the end I voted no because I was afraid, because Haider rejected the amendment, but it was really confusing, the whole thing, and I was not sure what was exactly going to change if I voted yes. So this was really confusing, and we do not need to vote again. However, please consider that for further proposals.
Okay, that is noted and will be considered for further amendments and proposals next in the agenda. I apologize for the mistake because I thought that I understood what they have done, and I asked Brazil if that's their motion and their amendment, and they confirmed it. So that is why I moved on with the motion. Thank you, Switzerland. Can you please lower your hand? I must say, Brazil, do you have a point of information? Go ahead. Okay. Yes or no? If you do, please speak.
Oh, I'm sorry. You went so fast that I couldn't explain properly the amendment. So if we have the opportunity to explain it more, I would like, or even propose it again.
Okay. I will ask again for any further amendments. If you have any further amendments, please raise your hand. I must say, Brazil, before you start explaining, can you open their amendment on the screen so that everyone can see it and Brazil can explain it clearly?
Okay, from my side, I will just open the amendment as I received it. So
yes, please.
I didn't do any change in the document. Just
okay. Yes, please. And Brazil, can you be very clear upon what they are voting?
Yes,
and clear about your amendment?
So previously we have
wait.
Just give me a second. Wait.
Wait until he opens it so everyone can see it.
Okay, now you can see it.
Yes, can I start?
Yes, please.
So before we have 5 categories, which number 2 and 4 were way too vague, and we find difficult to both evaluate and for someone receive. So someone pointed out at your category 2 what it means. What should I improve? I don't know. And even for someone who are scoring this is hard. So we are proposing 4 well-defined criteria. And without that sentence that Helmsick Greece stated previously. So just doing a link. Unsatisfactory would be number 1. Satisfactory would be number 3, and exceeds expectations would be category 5 before. And we also did this partially meet expectations, but we describe what would be this. Is this clear now?
Okay, is it clear, everyone? If you have any questions regarding Brazil, raise your hands now.
We try to use the most of the previously tested and criteria, but we did the partially meets expectations, comparing unsatisfactory and satisfactory.
Okay, I from Brazil, I have a question for you because I just, from what I understand, this is like a very different document rather than an amendment. Would you like to propose it as an alternative motion later on after we ask for direct negatives, or do you wish to have it as an amendment for the document that has originally been proposed by the capacity building team? You can, when I ask for direct negatives, you can raise your hand and you can propose it as an alternative motion. Because from what I understood from a capacity building team, it is very different from the original proposal.
Actually, only the score because the mainly test is basically what you wrote. Excluding this the body language is awful.
Okay, so you insist you want it to stay as an amendment, not as an alternative motion, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I will give the floor to Switzerland. They have a question.
Thank you. I am not entirely sure, but I thought the other document was just verbalizing 3 of the columns, and 2 columns were completely empty. So Brazil, essentially, you wrote 2 additional columns full of information, right?
I can say Brazil.
For the unsatisfactory, yes. Okay,
Yeah,
because
so
this, yeah.
it will be like 1, 2, 3, and 5 because you can be good or you can be great, exceeding expectations.
Okay, thank you, IFMC Brazil. I will give the floor to IFMC Capacity Building, PBCV, if you would like to explain the difference, if you'd like to have anything to say. The Dynamos, you have the floor. Go ahead. Please lower your hands, Switzerland and Brazil.
So basically, as far as I understood from IFMC Brazil, they are changing the entire scale because for us, the scale is from 1 to 5. Here, they are not making it as a scale rather than as a, let's say, headings and satisfactory partially met, and they're changing it from 5 to 4. However, this will be in line with what we are proposing because for us it was a scale and the minimum to pass in each category is 3 out of 5. That was explained previously on the CB discussions. So that's why to me and to us as capacity building IT, we feel that this is changing a lot of the document that we are already prepared. So if it's proposed as an amendment, we are going against this amendment. And if I can also use the opportunity to highlight the importance of proposing things earlier that we can discuss them rather than and during the plenary, because this is a plenary to vote rather than a plenary to discuss things. So please, if you have any amendments, you could have sent it earlier. I'm saying this for the future. I'm ending my term, but please make sure for the future, don't propose amendments on the spot, and please do discuss them so that we can have an informed decision making and avoid such confusion that happened now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Haidar. Okay, so I have a question from FMSA Egypt. I will not this is the last question. I will not allow further more discussions. We're going here to vote. If you have if it's clear, I'm going to move a vote.
It's
yes,
related.
FMSA Egypt.
Yeah. So adding to what Haider said, that the scale will change from 1 to 5 to not a scale at all. There's a point that we already voted on, which is point number 1, that says you have to get a score of 3 to be a facilitator, and we already voted on that. So this will make a conflict with the point that we already voted on, which is point number 1, which was put in the compiled vote.
Okay, if, when you vote on the amendment is the one that is incorporated with the original motion, and it has a conflict in it. The amendment will pass over the original one. Is that clear?
No, it's the point that we voted on before, not this motion at all. The previous motion, the compiled one.
Okay.
Either can you help me?
I don't have a CCC now to see the validity of that, so I will just move on with the amendment because I cannot validate that or not without a CCC for them to look at these things. So I apologize. I will just move on with the amendment as it is, and you will have to vote upon it. I will have the last point of information from BVMD Germany. Yes.
Sorry again, but I still think this is not an amendment, but an alternative motion, especially with the point just pointed out by Egypt. So I would still suggest to do it in this way because I think it's a lot cleaner.
Okay, I already asked FMSA Brazil to do so, but they would like to have it as an amendment. FMSA Brazil, would you like to withdraw your amendment and ask to have it as an alternative motion when we ask for direct negatives?
Yes, I would like.
Okay, so the amendment is withdrawn. Can you, Konstantinos, can you please share your screen again? Okay, thank you. The amendment is withdrawn. Do we have any further amendments?
Yes, I'm sorry, I can't raise your hand while I'm co-host, so I will just open mic.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we have an amendment from the Capacity Building IT. Costa, can you please open the link so that it's obvious to all NMOs and we can explain, even though it's shared already on the tracking sheet earlier. So based on the input that we had from some NMOs that are participating in CB discussions, basically from the input from Homesick Greece and other NMOs who agreed, we decided to remove the body language is awful, the body language is okay, body language is great, facilitation is awful, facilitation is okay, facilitation is great. Can you go down, Kostas? Thank you very much. For the rest that Homesick Greece proposed, we still believe that it's important to be there to give the facilitator the opportunity to rate about them. We do understand that we need to be objective as much as possible, but still subjectivity and objectivity is also important when you grade people during presentation. Furthermore, we also have one more amendment. Can you please go up, Kostas? This is only to Kostas. Can you go up, please? This is only to clear that we wrote a small instructions here that if you graded 2, it should be above 1 and below 3. If you graded 4, it's above 3 and below 5. Because, I mean, we felt that it's already clear here, but we just added these instructions because some NMOs asked us during the capacity discussions. It was a bit unclear, so we made it more clearer. This is the amendment, and this is everything that is changed. You can mark it with green that is added and with red that is already removed from the original document. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Haidar. Is that clear for NMOs? Okay, I guess that it is because it was already sent on the NMO server. Does the seconder accept the amendment? The seconder was IFMSA Joe, if I remember correctly, correct? Can you go up, please, Costa? Okay, IFMSA Joe, do you accept the amendment? IFMSA Joe, can you hear me? Yes, okay, perfect. IFMSA Jordan accepts the amendment. The amendment is incorporated with the original motion. Again, we will ask, do we have any further amendments? Okay, no further amendments. Any direct negatives? Any direct negatives? BVMD Germany? No, BVMD Germany removed your hand. I will ask once more. Any direct negatives? Turkmenic Turkey. Do you have a direct negative?
Yes, in order to Brazil to present their rubric. If they want, I will not give them.
You cannot direct negative on behalf of another NMO unless you have the original motion. Thank you, Turkey. IFMSA Brazil, do you have any direct negative?
Yes, I have. I'm sorry, I was having technical
Okay, would you like to explain?
problems. Yes, we sent it before.
Do you have an alternative motion?
Yes, we sent it before in the thread created to talk about the score and the categories. I can explain it again if you want, but I would like to propose as an alternative.
Okay, so your amendment that has already been sent and discussed previously on the previous motion will be as the alternative motion. So we have the motion number 5. I will just create it. Just a second. Costa, you can play some music from YouTube if you'd like to until I finish all of that. Okay, so I have prepared the motion. The motion reads the capacity building motion number 5, alternative motion. slash motion number 5 versus the alternative motion from IFMSA Brazil. So if you are in favor of the original motion, vote on it. If you are in favor of the alternative motion from IFMSA Brazil, against both, or abstain, please vote now. You have 2 minutes. I have 56 online NMOs and the voting started. Okay, 50 seconds. I have 2 online NMOs that did not vote. You have 10 seconds. Okay, I close the vote. So we have 53 NMOs who have voted. We have 29 in favor of the original motion, 12 in favor of the alternative motion by IFMSA Brazil, 4 against both, and 8 abstentions. So the original motion passes with relative majority. Did the secretary took that correctly? Okay. Perfect. So we will move on to the next motion. Motion number 6, to adopt the IUG change proposal number 6, proposed by IFMSA Capacity Building International Team. Any seconder? A name Portugal. I said we're going to play a game. Okay, and in Portugal. Any amendments? And in Portugal, you have an amendment. If not, lower your hand, please. Okay, any amendments? Any direct negatives? Any direct negatives? Okay, motion passes nemo contra. Next motion. Motion number 7, proposed to adopt IUG change proposal number 7, proposed by IFMSA Capacity Building IT. Is there a point of information? Pakistan, Croatia, Philippines. Okay, proposed by IFMSA Capacity Building IT. Is there a seconder? Okay, IFMSA Mexico, AMMEF Mexico. Any amendments? Guatemala, do you have an amendment? No, Guatemala does not. Okay, any amendments again? Any direct negatives? Any direct negatives? Motion passes nemo contra. Okay, next. Motion number 8, to adopt IUG change proposal number 8, proposed by FMSA capacity building team. Any seconder? Okay, Bangladesh, BMSS Bangladesh. Any amendments? If you do not have an amendment, lower your hand. Okay, any Greece, do you have an amendment? Helmstead, Greece.
Yes, I do. I'm sorry, the microphone. We propose to change the number of participants to 10 to 20 because we believe that we have to let the proposer a buffer of selecting the number of participants depending on their needs. And online platforms give us many possibilities for interaction and creativity. So the number of participants being up to 20 should not be a problem, but it will give the opportunity to more people to gain opportunities online.
Okay, so you are asking to increase the number from 10 to 20. Was that sent on the server?
Yes.
Okay. Does the proposer accept the amendment? Haidar.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Does the seconder accept the amendment? Bangladesh.
Yes.
Okay, the amendment is incorporated with the original motion. So now it's 20 except instead of 10. Okay, so again, any further amendments?
Yes.
Haidar.
Yes, so basically we accept the amendment of Greece, and we also like to add other amendments, which is also changing the time per session from 40 to 120 minutes based on the input we got from NMOs in the capacity building discussions.
Okay, does the seconder accept the amendment? The amendment reads to increase the time per session from 40 to 120 minutes. Does the seconder accept the amendment? Bangladesh.
Yes.
Okay, the amendment is incorporated with the original motion. Do we have any further amendments? Helmstead, Greece, you have your hand risen. Do you have any further amendments? Okay. No further amendments. Any direct negatives? Any direct negatives? Okay. Motion passes Nemo contra. Next. Motion number 9 reads to adopt IUG change proposal number 9, regarding the general regulations, and 9.2.1 proposals for basic and advanced online courses need to be submitted at least 6 weeks to the VBCB. Proposals for online workshops need to be submitted latest 12 weeks before the planned day to start to the relevant capacity building regional assistant. That is a new annex. It's proposed by FMSA Capacity Building IT. Do we have a seconder? Okay, FMSA NL, the Netherlands.
Sorry, I was not seconding. I was trying to raise a point of information, but it could also happen after this motion.
Okay, I apologize. I will ask for a seconder, then I will take your point of information. Any seconder? Okay, I will take MSI India. India is the seconder. Okay, if you have a point of information, I must say the Netherlands. You may go. You have the floor.
Yes, thank you. This point of information is not regarding this motion, so I don't know if you want to finish this motion first and then go to my point of information.
If you can delay it, I would be thankful.
Okay, great. That's fine.
Okay, thank you, Netherlands. Nigeria, you have your hand raised. Do you have a point of information? Okay. Any amendments? The Netherlands, do you have an amendment?
Yes, we have an amendment. I also send it to the IT, but I can read it out loud as well if that's preferred.
It's in the next slide.
It's on the slide. Okay,
yes.
Great. We thought it would be nice to explain the sentence a bit, to make the sentence a bit more clear, to explain the latest 6 weeks before the planned day to start the VPCB, to the VPCB.
Okay, is it clear for everyone? The amendment reads to change it to the latest 6 weeks before the planned date to start to the VVCB. That is their amendment. Does the proposer accept? Haidar, do you accept the amendment?
Yes, we do.
Okay, does the seconder accept the amendment? India, do you accept the amendment?
Yes, I do.
Okay, the amendment is incorporated with the original motion. Do we have any further amendments? Any further amendments? Any direct negatives? Motion passes Nemo contra. Okay, you have a point of information, IFMSA and Al?
Yes, thank you.
Go ahead, you have the floor.
Thank you. My point of information was regarding the first vote we had. It was a block vote in which we voted about several different proposals. However, I was not aware that there would be a block vote in the beginning, and I did not have the time to see what the different proposals were about. I don't know if any other NMOs had the same problem that I discussed with my NMO president and other CB representative, and we would like to redo that vote because we did not have the time to see what it was actually about, and we were not aware that they would be voted on together.
Okay, thank you, Ahmed and Al. But the voting has already started and finished, so the motion have passed. I cannot reopen the vote. If you would like to reopen the voting, you need to submit a procedural motion to reopen that point of agenda, and it needs 2/3 majority to reopen it, and then we will revote upon it again. But I will not go back to it without a procedural motion. So I will give a break for 5 minutes, if that is okay with everyone, because the secretary assistants have requested that they need something to work upon. Okay, I have an approval from Burkina Faso. Okay, so I will give you a break for 5 minutes, and then we will restart the plenary. We will start the plenary again. Please do not leave the Zoom and do not log out of the Nemo vote. We don't want to start a roll call again. You go ahead, stretch, go to the bathroom, or grab a cup of coffee. We have 5 minutes, and we will go again. If the VPPRC or Constantinos can play us some music, that would be great. I'll see you in 5. Thank you.
Yo.
For such a lovely music. We should go back again. Can you please share your screen again, Costa? To the presentation. For the NMOs, if you are present, please raise your hand. If you can hear me and you're still present in here, please raise your hand. If you are present, raise your hand, please. Okay, I have a lot of animals who are present. Perfect. But we have a lot who are missing as well. Okay, we have a lot. Perfect. For the NEMO vote, we have, let me check real quick. And we have 51 who are online on NEMO vote. Perfect. We can continue with the plenary. We have a quorum. Okay, so we will move on. We stopped at motion number 10. Motion number 10. Please lower your hand now. Everyone is present. Thank you so much. Please lower your hand. We will start the plenary again. Lower your hand unless you have a point of information or a point of order that you would like urgently to address. Please lower your hand. Okay, do you have a point of information or anything you would like to say? China, Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Hong Kong, can you hear me? If you do not have a point of information, please lower your hand. The same goes for Morocco and Ghana. Unless you have a point of information, lower your hand. Ghana, do you have a point of information? You have the floor. Okay, no one has a point of information. Great. Okay, so we will continue with motion number 10 to adopt IUG change proposal number 10. Concerning 9.2.7, the online workshops timeline as shared on the server, proposed by FMSA Capacity Building International Team. Is there a seconder? Okay, Pakistan, FMSA Pakistan. Do we have any amendments? Pakistan, do you have Indonesia? Do you have an amendment? Simsa, Indonesia. Okay, FMSA, the Netherlands. Do you have an amendment?
Yes, we do have an amendment.
Go ahead.
I also sent it to the IT, so maybe it's on the slide. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
We did it would be better to include a full sentence in the IOGs rather than just some words. So we changed the full sentence to be the timeline for preparing and approving online workshop will be the following. And then you see the timeline. And in the timeline, we changed 8 weeks before the online workshop is completed to the online workshop is approved.
Okay, so the amendment is on the screen. They changed the following. They had a clear timeline and they changed 8 weeks to the online workshop is approved. That is the amendment. Does the proposer accept the amendment? Haidar, do you accept?
Yes, we do.
Does the seconder accept the amendment? FMSA Pakistan, do you accept?
Yes, we do.
Okay, the amendment is incorporated with the original motion. Do we have any further amendments? FMSA NL, do you have a further amendment? The Netherlands.
No, we don't. Oh, sorry, I was
Lower your
about to
hand.
raise my hand.
Okay. Do you have any further amendments? Do you have any direct negatives? Any direct negatives? Motion passes Nemo contra. Next is motion number 11 to adopt IUG change proposal number 14. The new annex number 15 online workshop report form proposed by FMSA Capacity Building IT. Do we have a seconder? Honduras, FMSA Honduras. Do we have any amendments? Any amendments? Any direct negatives? Motion passes Nemo contra. Okay, next motion, motion number 12 reads to adopt IUG change proposal number 18, the new 12 investigation process. It's a new annex, I guess. Proposed by FMSA Capacity Building International Team. Any seconder? Okay, Venezuela, Fivos Sukem, Venezuela. Do we have any? IMSA Iran, do you have a point of information? Iran. Okay. Any amendments? IMSA
Yes.
Iran, do you have an amendment? No. Okay. Any amendments?
Yes, we have an amendment.
Haidar, VPCB.
Yes. Kostas, can you go to the next slide? Okay, so the amendment that we are proposing on behalf of CBIT based on the discussions that happened in CB discussions, and thanks for the NMOs who pointed it out, we are removing the sentence, the IODs are considered as the core of the CB division, because we feel that this is, let's say, an extra information and it's not a regulation or something. So to make it short, we just remove this. And some NMOs pointed out that it was unclear who was allowed to open an investigation. So we made this clear by writing down the investigation is started by the CBIT or upon complaints brought forth by members of the IFMSA, and then to continue, an NMO suspected to be violating the IOGs will be contacted by the RA for explanation. And if it deemed necessary, then only the investigation can be started. And this is all based on discussions that we had with NMOs in the past days. So yeah, that's it. Thank you, Aziz.
Okay, thank you, Haidar. The amendment is on the screen. I hope it's clear for everyone. Does the seconder accept the amendment? Venezuela, do you accept the amendment?
Yes, we do.
Okay, the amendment is incorporated with the original motion. Do we have any further amendments? Any further amendments? Any direct negatives? The Netherlands, do you have a direct negatives?
Yes, we do.
Okay, we have a direct negative from IFMSA and L. Would you like to explain?
Yes, we are very happy to see that the IT is thinking of how to improve the adherence with the IOGs. Yet we think that some of the measures are a bit extreme that are listed now in this proposal. And we also think that in cases of less extreme violations, these amendments do not provide a lot of guidance on what to do if the violation is not that severe, but if you do want to take measures. So although we are very happy to see that this is being thought of, we do not fully support this proposal and would like to take more time to think of another way to incorporate this in the IOGs.
Okay, thank you, IFMSA. Do you have an alternative motion, IFMSA, the Netherlands?
No, we do not, and we think this should be discussed again at the March meeting.
Okay, so then we will go to a vote on motion number 12 regarding the motion proposal number 18. So if you are in favor, against, or abstain, please vote now. The motion is opened. I will give you 2 minutes. We have 54 online NMOs. Please, with voting rights, please vote. Okay, 1 more minute. We have 46 animals who voted. We still are missing 8. Please open your Nemo vote and vote now. You have 30 more seconds. Okay, the voting will stop now. We have 48 animals who have voted. We have 20 in favor, 15 against, and 13 abstentions. Motion passes simple majority. Okay, next. We're done with the IUG proposal, change proposals. We are going to start the agenda item number 7, the election of the Trainers Pool Advisory Board. So the election is going to happen the same way that the election of the Supervising Council and IFMSA happens. What we are going to do is that we will have the both candidates being voted. Yes,
excuse me.
Haidar.
If I may, can you just go back to the past motion, the results?
Okay, open it again, please.
I think that, and just to check, you can confirm in the IOGs, like for motions to pass, it requires 2/3 majority. Not
Can you
simple.
please check it for me?
Just give me 1 second.
If it's like the bylaws require 2/3 majority, but I'm not sure that the IUG's half is the same thing.
It requires 2/3 majority.
Who was that?
CBRE Europe.
Okay. We have a confirmation from the RA of Europe that it requires 2/3 majority. So in that case, the motion fails. But we will wait until Haidar, you can give me a confirmation regarding it, please.
Yeah, thank you, James, but I'm still checking, so give me a second. Yes, it's confirmed. They need a 2/3 majority to pass.
Okay, okay, I apologize for the mistake. Then the motion fails with 2/3 majority. Okay, moving on. Next point of agenda. Thank you for the point of order, Mr. Haidar. It should be put in the minutes that it was not a point of information. It's in a point of order for the secretary to note that, please. Okay, item number 7, election of the training pool advisory board. Again, it's going to take the same procedure as the supervising council and IFMSA plenary. We'll have both candidates at the same motion. If any of the candidates passes the absolute majority, then they pass and they win the position. If not, the candidate with the highest number of votes will move on to a second round where they need to have an absolute majority to be voted upon. And then we will move upon to the next position that is need to be filled by the second candidate, and so on until we are run out of positions and we run out of candidates. Do you have any questions regarding the procedure? If you do, please raise your hand. Okay, good. So motion number 13 reads to elect members of the trainer pool advisory board for the term of the 1st of September 2020 to the 31st of August 2021. So if you are in favor of Watan, we have 2 candidates and we have 3 positions, as I've understood. We have Miss Watan Muhammad and we have Miss Yusra al-Bukhari al-Ma'mun. So the motion will be in favor of Miss Watan, in favor of Miss Yusra, against both, or abstain. If someone passes the absolute majority, they will win the position, and then we will move on to the next one. If no one passes the absolute majority, we will go through we will take the candidate with the highest number of votes, and they will go for a second round to have the vote of confidence. IFMSA Mid-Central Sudan, do you have a point of information?
Yes, as Mr. Sudan, we have point of information. I think it will be easier if we voted upon separately, or if we are going to vote on both, we need to have option in favor of both candidates, because they are not running against each other. They are running for 2 different positions.
I need to confirm a confirmation from Haidar. Is it 2 different positions, or is it like the same position but with many spots?
It's the same position with many spots. So it's
okay,
like TPAB, 3 members.
Okay, I apologize, Medicine Sudan, but the procedure is indicated in the bylaws, and it's how we do it in the plenary, and that is how we're going to do it here. They can vote. They are, in fact, since this is the same position with 3 different spots, they are in fact running against each other. If one of them passes, that doesn't mean that the other one shouldn't pass, but we will have a second round of voting for the second position that they need to fill, and then they might gain the position or not. And we cannot have an option for them both to pass. I apologize for that. Okay, so I will start the vote regarding the elections. So regarding the elections, we have 4 options: in favor of Watan Muhammad, in favor of Yusra al-Bukhari al-Ma'mun, no for both, or abstain. Motion number 13. Please vote now. I'll give you 3 minutes for this motion.
Yazid, there is a point of order in the chat.
Okay, point of order. From Anne France. I will close the vote. Unfortunately, I apologize for that because we have a point of order. I apologize for not seeing it. Anne France, do you have a point of order? Go ahead.
Yes, excuse me. Is it possible to separate the votes? One for Wadan and then for Yusra?
And in France, I already answered that question and we stopped the vote because of that. This is not a point of order. This is a point of information. Please, if you do not have a point of order, which means that you have something against the procedure that happens, you raise your hand. Otherwise, do not raise your hand. We stopped the voting because we thought that we had a point of order from NF France. Please do not do it again. I will make another motion for the voting because of it. I apologize. Give me a second so I can do it. Okay, so once again, the motion for the election, I will send it now again. If you are in favor of Watan Mahmoud, if you are in favor of Yusra Al-Bukhairi Al-Ma'moon, if you're against both, or do you abstain? Please vote now. I'll give you 3 minutes again for this motion. I have 56 animals who are online and only 49 votes. Please open your Nemo vote and vote now. We have 7 left. And you have 1.5 minutes. You have 1 minute left. Please vote now. No one voted after the last announcement. We have 6 animals who are still online and did not vote. Please open your your Nemo vote page and vote now. You have 20 seconds left. Okay, time's up. We close the vote now. Okay, so we have 49 animals who have voted, 21 votes in favor of Watan, 18 in favor of Yusra, 2 against both, and 8 abstentions. No one have passed the threshold of absolute majority, which is 50% of all votes. So we will move on to the next round with the candidate with the highest number of votes. We will move on with Watan to the next round. So can you please go to the next motion? Please read the motion to elect Miss Watan Muhammad, yes, as member of the trainers pool. Okay, so the motion number 14 reads, to elect Ms. Watan Muhammad as a member of the Trainer Pool Advisory Board for the term 1st of September 2020 to the 31st of August 2021. This is a vote of confidence. She needs more than 50% of the votes in order for her to pass and to gain the position. The voting will start now. Please open your Nemo vote and vote. I'll give you 3 minutes. I have 59 animals who are online on Nemo vote, and still I have 50 votes. Please open your account and vote now. You have 1 minute left. Thirty seconds. FMSA Morocco, unless you have a point of order, please lower your hand. FMSA Morocco, you have a point of order. Okay. So the voting the time's up, and I will close the vote before announcing the results. If you please, FMSA Morocco, go ahead.
Yes, this is concerning the voting procedures. If we are doing the same as we are doing for the election of the subco members, in the constitutional bylaw, it says that if the number of candidates are less than the spots available, we have to vote on each candidate alone.
Okay, thank you, IFMSA Morocco. But we already are going to vote upon each one of the candidates. I only added the first procedure of it, of having more than 50% of the votes for the first candidate. So there is no much, like, I apologize if it's a mistake, but there's no difference going to happen between the two candidates. Thank you, IFMSA Morocco, for the point of order.
Okay, just a question. Are we going to vote on both candidates? That's it?
Yes, you're going to, like, we voted for Watan now, and next we're going to vote for
okay, sorry.
I'm sorry.
I didn't get it. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, so we don't have any more points of order. Can you lower your hand, IFMSA Morocco, please? Okay, so we have 51 votes, 51 NMOs that have voted. We have 38 NMOs in favor, 8 against, and 5 abstentions. So Ms. Watan is elected for the Trainer Pool Advisory Board for the term 1st of September 2020 to the 31st of August 2021. Do we have Ms. Watan with us in the Zoom meeting?
Yes, I'm here.
Do you accept the position?
Yes.
Congratulations. You have been elected.
Thank you.
Clap your hands for her. I allow you to open your speakers now. Okay, perfect. Okay, now next is the motion number 15 to elect Ms. Yusra. Just a second, let me open it. Okay, so motion number 15 reads to elect Yusra Al-Bukhairi Al-Ma'moon as member of the Trainer Pool Advisory Board for the term 1st of September 2020 to the 31st of August 2021. The voting will start in 3, 2, 1. Now, please go ahead and vote. I have 58 animals who are online. 59, please vote. Now you have 2.5 minutes left. I have 49 animals who have voted. We're still missing 8 animals. Please open your account and vote. You have 1 minute left. We still are at 50 animals. Please open it and vote. You have 30 seconds. If you didn't vote by now, you will not be deemed as present. Please vote. You have 10 seconds. Okay, time's up. We are going to close the vote. So I have 51 animals who have voted. We have 42 in favor, 5 against, and 4 abstentions. The candidate is elected. Yusra is elected as a member of the Trainer Pool Advisory Board. Yusra, do we have Yusra on the
Yes.
Zoom meeting?
Yes,
Do you
yes.
accept?
Yes, with a big pleasure.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Clap your hands for her, people. Okay, perfect. So we move on to our last agenda item, number 8, the adjournment. Next, please. Costa, can you move on? Yes, thank you. So procedural motion number 2 to adjourn the capacity building plenary of the 69th Online General Assembly, August meeting 2020, proposed by FMSA Capacity Building IT. BVMD Germany, do you have a point of information?
Yes, a very small one. I think we have a birthday, a person today in the plenary who has birthday. It is Sanya. So
nice.
we wanted to express our congratulations to her birthday and hope that she's not too occupied with all the preparations and wish her a nice day.
Thank you so much.
Happy birthday, Sanya.
Thank you.
Okay. Saad, prepare happy birthday song after we adjourn the meeting so it can be played in the background, please. Okay. So getting back to the motion, BVMD Germany, lower your hand if you don't have any points of information, please. Okay, adjournment of the meeting. Do we have a seconder? Okay, Medicine Sudan. This is a procedural motion, so we do not have any amendments. I will go with the same flow that we have in the plenary. I will not go to a vote unless we have a direct negative. So do we have a direct negative? No direct negatives. Calling it once, twice. Okay, motion passes with 2/3 majority. And the plenary is adjourned. I thank you so much, everyone, for letting me chair your plenary. I hope I wasn't too boring or too strict. I apologize for any mistake that I have done, intentionally or not intentionally. And congratulations to the new candidates who just been elected. And I yield back and give the floor to Haidar. Haidar, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Yazid. Thank you guys for participating in the plenary. I hope that it went smooth, even though it might feel that not that smooth, but yeah, in the end we finished, which is good. Now we are going to move to the last point of our day today. We are going to present you a very small idea that we are currently working on in IFMSA, and then we'll give you the floor for asking questions and giving input. So Saad, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Can you share your screen, please?
It's on.
Okay, thank you very much. So all of you have heard probably about something called learning management systems. And a question might come to your mind, what is this and why is it used for and why is it so important? This is a very old industry that have been working for more than 20 years so far. But since this term we are facing the pandemic of coronavirus, it became more popular and many organizations are using that. And it has been used by many organizations, as you can see here, by Harvard University, WHO, Google Digital College, Khan Academy, and so many other organizations, associations, industries, and universities that are using this system for education and training. So before we start, I would like to show you why is it important. So first, one of the main barriers we have in IFMSA is the accessibility to our members. With learning management system, we can ensure accessibility to all members from different regions, even people who cannot travel to attend IFMSA events. It gives you a very nice system of databasing where you can have all the resources stored one place. It gives you a very fast and effective results. It helps a lot with reducing the workload of IFMSA leadership by providing things automatically to all of IFMSA members. It also environmentally, I would say, eco-friendly. And the last thing that it gives you a very nice lessons and the quick delivery cycles. So first, before we go further to the presentation, we want to show you a small video so that you can understand better what is learning management system and why do we want to discuss this with you tonight.
Once in LMS, everything you always wanted to know about learning management systems, but were afraid to ask. Learning, because you use it to deliver education courses. Management, because it helps you organize these courses. System, because an LMS is a computer system. It is a software program that helps you create, manage, and deliver e-learning courses, just like Gmail helps you send emails. Who uses an LMS? Businesses of all sizes, various organizations from UN to your local co-op, NGOs included, government agencies and local governments, schools, universities, colleges, online and e-learning from Khan Academy to lynda.com. How to create an e-learning course. Write or import content. You can do it inside the LMS or import materials from various sources. Word document, PowerPoint, Wikipedia. You will have multiple tools at your disposal to organize your course, deliver it to students, and make sure everything runs smoothly for you and your learners. Monitoring. Whether you're dealing with 10 or 10,000 students, an LMS gives you automated and quick access to grades, records, stats. What about the deployment options? Locally deployed, self-hosted LMS. A web app that you get to install and maintain on your own server. Cloud-based LMS. Server monitoring is taken care of for you. Private cloud, hosted LMS. Halfway between the locally deployed and public cloud options. Now you're ready to create your e-learning portal.
So thank you very much, Saad. So basically, as you have noticed, e-learning is of course not Zoom at all. It's more than that. It's different platforms that you can use in learning, whether it's asynchronic learning or synchronic type of learning. One of the main platforms and the most famous one is the Moodle platform. And now I'll give the floor to Saad to explain further about Moodle.
Yeah, thank you, Haidar, first for inviting me to the CB Plenary and giving me this chance to share my thoughts about learning management systems. Before starting, I wanted to first start with what happened in the last months with the COVID-19 situation and how it pushed animals, nonprofits, governments, but also individuals to prioritize their thinking and to prioritize their objectives. And I was really, really happy to see e-learning and education being on the top of this pyramid of priorities for nonprofits. Yeah, e-learning is not only a Zoom room. As you're managing this very noisy webinar world that we are living in today, with the content that's being shared, it's really difficult to find quality or to ensure a quality in all and the learning outcomes in our sessions. What LMS is offering is more than just sharing your video or sharing your data. It's more like a comprehensive system that can help you achieve your educational outcomes. As Haidar said, there's like two major gold standards in LMS, which are Moodle and Totara. And for us, we decided to choose Moodle. For your background, Moodle was chosen last year with Georg, VPCB, and also Jose, VPPRC implemented a self-hosted Moodle. So why and how can Moodle help us achieve our CB vision, our IFMC vision, and making e-learning as one of our priorities? Because first of all, it's like accessible, high quality content delivered to all our students worldwide, and also engaging an interactive platform. And this is like really what makes the difference between you using a complete LMS system or just sharing your file through email and having Zoom calls. I'm just gonna go to like the major points of having an LMS. And for me, what's really good and how I see it for IFMC is like these programs. So like IFMC CB international team can set up like basic courses, advanced courses, that's also learning pathways for standing committees for specific regions. And this is a good option to have. A lot of collaborative tools. So beside the fact of sharing quizzes, tests, and like documents, you can have forums and people can connect, share questions, etc. Highly interactive tools, like you can put quiz and assessment on your videos, and yeah, participant cannot see the video if they don't answer. Also, what's really important in e-learning is how you can manage to track all the learning that's happening online. So with Moodle, you can track specifically who read the first file, who did the first test, and what are the results. So this is like a very powerful reporting tool that can help us assess the quality of our workshop, the needs of the region, the needs of the standing committees, and to develop more impactful workshops. Yeah, as I've told you, it's like a lot of choices that you can use for delivering impactful online courses. Also, what's really important for IFMCA is this automatic certification that can help us deliver automated directly to your inbox certificates directly after you complete a course. And as I've said, the powerful report builder that can help us assess and manage our LMS. What happened in the past year, as I've told you, is that we established a self-hosted training.ifmca.org. I'm really thankful for the CBIT and also the standing committee who delivered high quality content on these websites. But with this came into, we had a conclusion after this first pilot experience is that we needed something very important. A Moodle platform need to be used in a secure manner, like the IDs, the password, all the personal data shared on the servers need to be secured. And we need maintenance with all the updates, etc. And also we need to go from this blank plain version of Moodle to a more interactive and customized experience for our members. This is where LMS company comes, like as IT companies are developing and maintaining our website, for example, like the ifmca.org, the Exchange database. Also, LMS companies are maintaining technologies. They're providing consultation for our IT members to develop more impactful online courses, and they also ensure the integration of the different plugins. I will give it back to you to talk a little bit about our experience with the agencies consulted.
Thank you, Saad. So as Saad was mentioning, in the past period, we have been working a lot on, let's say, exploring better what a Moodle platform is and how can we improve the one that we currently have, since the one we have is very basic and it's not updated to the latest versions, as Saad was mentioning. And we need two main things, maintenance and security. That's why we consulted several agencies and we had several meetings, me and Saad with the agencies, and we received several proposals that we were checking. And yeah, we can say in the end, we received very nice proposals with very nice companies that we can hire and they can do that for us. And with that, which means that we have a sustainable learning platform on IFMSA where we can send all the certificates automatically, reducing the workload of the VPA, the VPCB. It's accessible to all members who cannot travel to IFMSA events. It will give us a very amazing reporting system. And so also it's like accessible to all members. They can just sign in, plug in, and learn whatever they want on our platform. I know it might sound like a dream, but it's not. It's possible, and it could be more possible with the help of you. So we were thinking that currently we can hire this company and start developing, but then we need to think about, Saad, can you go next? But then we need to think about a more sustainable structure that can ensure this e-learning platform will keep on developing to the further terms. And for that, we have been brainstorming several ideas, and then we finally set on one idea, which is our SRTs. Currently, we are having so many SRTs happening every term, except this term because of Corona, and almost I can say that we are having more than 30 to 35 SRTs happening per term. With that, those SRTs are being hosted in different regions. So what we were thinking about is that those SRTs are being attended by several members. So as an example, let's say an average of 20-25 members per SRT. And that means that those members are going to pay us a registration fee for each SRT. So our idea was that if we can add $3 per member or €3 per member to be paid for every SRT, that will mean that we can have a sustainable system that can ensure our further development of capacity building, not only on the level of e-learning, but also explore other levels, which I will talk about later. So imagine only $3 per participant. This can ensure the future of IFMSA capacity building. You may ask how this is going to work, how is this going to be collected? So the idea is that the member will pay the extra, as an example, if the registration fee is €80, it's going to be 83, where the NMOs will collect the money, and this €3 extra will be added to the membership fee. So if the SRT had 20 participants, which means 60 euros added to the IFMSA membership fee to be paid by the NMOs. It's basically the same system that we use for exchanges currently, and it's working quite well. Then the question is, we are having this money, which is going to be part of our capacity building budget. The second question, where can we invest this money in? Now, mainly we need to invest this money in our Moodle platform to ensure that we have a sustainable system that works per year with an agency that offers us experts in developing maintenance, security, and everything else that was just mentioned by me and Saad. Plus, we can also explore other capacity building initiatives that we can use. First is the pre-GA trainers. We are always facing problems because trainers cannot afford to pay registration fees for pre-GAs, and it's always being discussed in March meeting this term, past August meeting in Taiwan, and many times in IFMSA. So if we have the amount of money, we can also invest in funding trainers for pre-GAs, and this will ensure that we have quality trainers traveling and attending IFMSA events to deliver the quality-based content to our members. The second thing, we are also wanted to launch the trainers camp this term, but we didn't because of Corona. So basically the trainers camp is meant to have a professional trainers that can train our IFMSA members with advanced thematic skills. I'm not speaking about TNTs, I'm speaking about advanced skills on specific topics. As an example, advanced skills in session design, advanced skills in presentation, in leadership, and so on. And there are several companies, agencies, consultants, also freelancers that can help us with this, but we need to offer them something in return. We might cover something of their registration fees or their transportation fees to ensure a quality-based content delivered to our members. By this amount of money, we can use it. Third is the new innovative ideas. We can give the space to the next CB item, the next EB with the help of the VPCB elect currently to discover more ideas that we can invest and develop IFMSA capacity building. We need to understand that IFMSA is now changing. It was a training support division just focused for trainers, just delivering workshops and that's it. But since 2014, it has been changed to a vice president for capacity building, which is the new investment of capacity building. So in case we want to increase, we want to develop, we need to start, I would say, going out of the box and exploring new ideas and new initiatives that we can use. Next slide. So let's make capacity building the real backbone of our federation and not just a division to give training sessions, but further exploring more ideas, more initiatives, and go along with other organizations that we have in the current world. So now what would be the way forward with that? The way forward, as we are suggesting, so now we are doing this small presentation with you, and then we will give you the spot to ask questions. Further, we will send an elaborated email to the NMO server so that you can discuss this further within your NMOs, and we can finalize if NMOs would like to do that in president sessions informally, and if it was passed, then this can be proposed further as IOGs or BCPs in March meeting with the help of the next CBIT. So now the floor is yours. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Me and Saad are welcoming to hear your questions. Please raise your hands. Yazid, can you help us with facilitating the questions if you are still here?
Yes, sure. Okay, so I guess I'll be chair again. Anyways, if you have a question, please raise your hand. Okay, QMSA Qatar, you have the floor.
Thank you, Yazid. Just wanted to say, I think it's fantastic, and a lot of the opportunities that LMS offers it's vast. There's so much I think that we can do even moving down the line. I was just wondering, particularly with the challenges that we have been facing with regards to the Yahoo mailing lists, can something like that, for instance, be incorporated as a part of the LMS in terms of, for instance, each standing committee would have its own course, for quote unquote course, for example, where people are subscribed to that course that can then automatically generate the emails to all members through that. So then we can work towards shifting from the Yahoo mailing lists to the LMS as well as it incorporates that. Does that make sense?
I can answer, Haidar.
Okay, go ahead, VPPRC.
Yes.
Saad, you're Mr. VPRC.
Yeah, so concerning the Yahoo group, this is another big question, and this, like, we have like very strong updates for you and very important updates about the courses. But yes, if I need to say yes, it's because like the LMS offers a lot of integration with all the other databases. So we can just make sure that all our members, like if you register to a LMS, you can also be part of the IFMSA mailing list. And we are shifting now from having a mailing list to have like a community list, because like from the several problems that we're facing with the current mailing list is a lot of members are subscribed to different mailing lists like IFMSA General, SCOMI, and EMR region, for example. And then, for example, they will receive the 3 emails at once, which is not only spamming, but also diminish the quality and the interaction from IFMSA with the members. LMS offers a lot of integration with all the different platforms. For example, you can connect your Moodle with your Zoom room, so you can have like Zoom integrated in Moodle. You can use a lot of different things. Just a little note about how Moodle is used. So beside the fact that we will use it for online courses, advanced courses, pathways for members, a Moodle workplace can be also used for internal capacity building development. And this can be also, like Haidar can add something, but we can have all the pilot courses that we have for our ITs, for our PCs, and for our official directly on the Moodle. So we can know exactly and track the pathway and the learning pathway of our officials and leadership first, and then of course for our members.
Yeah, basically, so to add to that, so we like the main challenge that we face currently at CBIT in delivering the competency model was that you need to gather different IT members, 100 IT members from different regions, different countries, different time zones, in order to deliver, let's say, some skills to them. While if we have the Moodle for Workplace, which we can use it for our internal capacity building development, they can access these courses, pass through it, do the quizzes, do the evaluations. Once done, they will receive the certificate automatically. So this is something that will also help us in the internal CB development, plus developing NMOs through the pilot course, which is also part of the strategic plan that we are supposed to launch this term. However, we didn't yet because we feel that Moodle currently is very basic, and putting efforts in preparing such course on such basic platform is redundant. So we want to develop the platform first, the materials for the course are ready, and then we can upload it there and it's accessible to our members. One more thing, which I think it will solve the nightmare that we all know about certificates, is that once a member attend an SRT, as an example, let's say SRT in Belgium was attended by Saad Shaibi. He finished the SRT, he won his certificate, he did the graduation training, he filled the evaluation form on Moodle. Once clicked on send for the evaluation form, what will happen is that the course moderator, the course administrator can just approve, and he will have the certificates in seconds. So it will solve the nightmare of having terms and terms of IFMSA without any certificates. It will also reduce the workload of IFMSA, and I believe it's also part of the strategy of reducing the workload of IFMSA leadership and exploring other options of distributing this workload. And I would say this is one of the options that will relieve the workload of the VPCB and the VPA as well. So yeah, we are willing to hear more questions if you have any.
Okay, thank you, Haidar. Do we have any questions? Turkey, you have the floor.
Thank you. How can we help you as a trainer? Can we send sessions or like how? Just asking what you are expecting from trainers.
Okay, thank you, Turkemsek. Haidar, would you like to answer, or someone else?
Yes, sure. So what we expect from capacity representatives to discuss this with NMOs and explain this whole procedure to the NMO presidents, and also engage in participating on the discussion on NMO server, and then agree on the proposal in present sessions. But as a trainer, not as CB representatives, as a normal trainer, what we expect from you is to be engaged, because what we have in mind, we also want to link the trainer school that we launched. We feel bad to launch a database of Excel sheets in a very big organization of IFMSA. What we want to do is for each trainer to have a profile with name, attached session portfolio, preferred skills to be delivered, NMO, experience, and everything. It will be, let's say, an interactive user-friendly platform where you can access, write your name, change your profile. It's same as Facebook, I would say, user-friendly, but not as developed as Facebook for sure, but just to make the idea more clearer. So this what can be used as trainers. So we want your engagement. Plus, you can also help whenever there is a call open for courses that requires facilitators or trainers that are experienced with LMS. You can always apply, and for sure can, in my opinion, one of the experienced trainers that we would love to have on the platform.
Okay, thank you, VPCB.
Thank you very much.
Trinidad and Tobago, you have a question, you have the floor.
Hi everyone. So this is not really a question, but a comment. So I think this is a very good move. And just to add to the discussion, I use Moodle personally myself right now, and it's exactly as you said. And it even allows to submit assignments, to have forum discussions, have quizzes, and it's really good. You get notifications to your email. So I think that's a very, very good move on the part of IFMSA for capacity building.
Thank you very,
thank
much.
you so much. Do we have any other comments or questions? Ecuador, Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. At first, I want to thank all of you for your efforts to make a better CB structure. So my question is if there is going to be a time for an assessment with the animals, because for example, here in Ecuador, we use this model platform for our medical schools. So I really want to know if we are going to have the opportunity to give you like input, like through a form or through a thread in the email or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So the plan was that to discuss this first with CB reps because we believe that you guys are more involved, let's say, than your NMO presidents in this. But if we have, let's say, a sort of an agreement from your side, then we can start sharing it on the NMO server. You can consult this with your NMO presidents, EB, however the structures in your NMO, and then you can all share whatever you think on the server. So probably if we have an agreement now, we can start preparing the email, me and Saad, by today or tomorrow, and we will share it soon.
Okay, thank you.
Indonesia, you have the floor. Indonesia, can you hear me?
Okay, thank you. Sorry. Hello, Haidar. I want to ask you something. If the NMO still wanna hold SRT in offline live workshop, is there any possibility to CBIT or to you as VBCB to approve that? Or there are any further requirement for this pandemic for to apply or how to hold SRT in offline?
Okay, so if I understood your question correctly, if you mean that this will, let's say, be instead of the SRTs, of course not. This will be an additional effort that we are preparing in IFMSA for the sake of accessibility to all our members that cannot access SRTs. So yeah, SRTs will go on as it was planned, nothing changed, but this is also an additional to SRTs.
Okay, thank you, Haidar.
Welcome.
Thank you, Indonesia, for the question. We have Pakistan. Pakistan, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much here for giving me the floor. And first of all, I would like to congratulate on the successful CB Plenary. Now, I have a question regarding, as Heather mentioned, each trainer will have the access to that Moodle platform because I personally use that, and each and every person have to log into that, and they have specific credentials for that. So my point of information here is, would you give the that platform and the personal login information to each and every IFS International certified trainer, or specific, and or it would be specific towards the what can I say, the trainers pool participant or trainers who selected trainers. Thank
Okay,
you.
basically, so yes, to answer that, what we are going to do is that we will share the credentials with the trainers who are working on developing courses. So as an example, there's an advanced course launched for activity management on public health, whatever. You can apply. Once you apply, you're accepted, you have the credentials that you can work on the platform to develop the course. But if you are a member and you want to attend, we don't need to give you credentials. You can just go and log in, and then you will have your passport sent to your email. I'm speaking here about the basic courses. For the advanced one, as explained in the CB discussions, that there will be a call. Members will need to apply to the call. If they are selected, then yeah, the same process go on. They go and select, and the course moderator accept. They will receive the email, the credentials to their email.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Okay, next is Morocco. Go ahead.
Hello, thank you, Haidar and Saad, for your presentation. I'm just asking about the cost of this technology. If I get it right, you said that it will be covered by some extra fees added to the SRT's participants.
Exactly.
Okay, just a question. And if, like, based on what we just live and what we are living, actually, what if there is a year where there are no SRTs?
Okay, so basically, to answer to that, IFMSA can afford paying this for this term, but however, for future terms, it would be very hard to have it as a sustained structure of payments. But as an example, if there is a year where there is no SRT, so I would suggest that there are no events in IFMSA, which means BPF is happy because there's more money saved for IFMSA. So IFMSA can use that money as well. So it's, let's say, as a balance. So if there are no SRTs, there are no more events, which means IFMSA is also saving money. So currently we have this because we are having money saved for this term, so we can invest this money in developing this platform. However, for next term, since everything is going back to normal, I hope we will not have that much money to put on the platform. That's why we need something sustainable to afford paying the annual fees for the company.
Yeah, okay, I understand. But just what if there are some SRTs, but not enough to cover all the expenses? Like
No,
there are
like
still the events and still the external events and still the basic expenses by the federation, but there are in 1 year there are not enough SRTs. The point is
I can
it?
answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so for now, before sharing this with you, we made sure to consult all the companies, have all the financial aspect done, and now we can pay, like IFMSA can basically pay for the implementation and 1 year maintenance of that platform. So if we're having a very favorable opinion, we can start tomorrow, and tomorrow IFMSA can have the best Moodle platform that can get. The question and like the rationale behind this conversation is how to make it sustainable. And to answer your question, Omar, is we like IFMSA has some flexibility in its budget, mainly related to the strategic fund. And as you know, professionalized IFMSA and also the online platforms are one of the main pillars of the IFMSA strategy. So everything is calculated before and the budget are amended, but we have like certain flexibility. As for you, the implementation is gonna cost some money, but like for the maintenance, I think that IFMSA can always pay for it if there is like a certain help from the NMOs.
Yeah, I do understand your point, but just to wrap up, my recommendation is norm to the number of participants to SRTs and maybe find another way. Especially that not only the participant to SRTs will benefit from it, but it's a global initiative for all IFMSA members, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I understand your point, Omar. However, I mean, if we can compare it to exchanges, it's done like this, so that for exchanges members who are attending exchange, they pay an extra fee for exchanges to develop their further database and structure and so on. So we wanted to use the same opportunity because we also like thought about different aspects, as an example of paying personally by members or by credit cards, but we feel that this is limiting accessibility to IFMSA, since not all countries and all regions have access to such, let's say, technologies. So that's why the best is that we align this with how IFMSA is collecting money from NMOs, which is through the NMO membership fees. And for that, we went with having it as SRTs. But just to add something about what Saad said, for this term, we will have everything ready. So we don't need to pay anything for the next term. But what we need to pay is to pay for the term after, which is 21-22. And for that, we will use the money from 2021. So before the BPF will propose the budget to be adopted, we will already know if we have enough funds or not. And if we don't have enough funds from SRTs, then we can reallocate other budget lines to this and have this presented. As Saad mentioned, we have many line strategic fund and so on that we can reallocate money from. And as you know, it's not my area, neither Saad's area, but we consulted this with the VPF before presenting this idea, and it can be done by IFMSA.
Okay, I just wish that the financial aspect won't be an obstacle to this.
Yeah, thank you very much, Omar. And I mean, if we are going to discuss further on the NMO server, I believe that Gabriela can also, let's say, relieve some of your concerns as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, do we have any further concerns or questions to VPCB and VPRC? Bangladesh, you have the floor.
Thank you. I really like the presentation and the idea of it. I was just wondering, I don't know if you've mentioned this, but will our members need to pay any fee to access the courses on Moodle?
No, so Moodle will be launched free for all our IFMSA members, so they don't have to pay any extra fee.
All right, and to follow it up, so countries or NMOs having physical SRTs will need to pay a sum of about $3 USDs per participant during membership fee. So for countries who are still willing to have an SRT, but this, while this is a small amount, it still may add to some difficulties for certain countries and members. So in that case, is the fee negotiable, or is it like fixed at this particular rate, or can it vary for NMO to NMO depending on their financial status?
Okay, so basically these fees are not going to be paid by NMOs. It's going to be paid by members. So as an example, if you're hosting an SRT and you have a member attending from IFMSA Iraq, the member will be paying this fee. All you have to do is to collect it and then pay it with your membership fee. So it's not going from the NMO budget, just to make this clear. And if the members are from your participants of the NMO, then that's something else. But yeah, the fees are negotiable. We can discuss this further later, but we're just presenting the idea. However, I don't believe that the fees should be changing from an NMO to NMO because it's not paid by NMOs, it's rather than paid by members. But if you want to discuss this further, yeah, we can also discuss it and maybe align it with the quota that we have. But yeah, in general, what we have now as an idea is €3 per NMO, and it's for all the NMOs.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Do we have any more questions?
Any more questions? And for the, like, answer your phone, whoever was being called.
I thought it was my phone for a moment.
Any more questions for the VPRC or VPCB? If not, let him answer his phone. Pakistan, go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much, guys, for giving me floor. So my question is, the budget of SRTs is usually in euros that is presented to IT. So I feel like when you guys
can you slow a bit?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sorry. My question is actually when the whole budget of SRT is finalized, it is presented in euros to CBIT or the IT to get it, a green signal. So can you please adjust that amount in euros so we could actually get the idea in official documents of how much the members have to pay, stuff like that. I hope you got my question.
I couldn't hear it clearly. I don't know if it's my connection, but Yazid, if you hear it clearly, can you paraphrase it to me or repeat it to me?
I didn't hear it clearly either.
Okay, then it's not my connection. I think it's your connection.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, let me repeat. Can you hear me now?
Yes, kind of better.
If you can hear me, please just give me. Yeah, okay, thank you so much. So my question is, thank you. My question is, usually the budget of SRT is presented in euros to IT. So the budget you are giving for the model is in dollars. So can you please, when you will present that in the official documents, can you please give that in euros so that we would know beforehand how much euros we have to pay like the members for accessing that platform?
I am not sure if I can hear clearly, but I think you are speaking about the SRT budget that is in the SRT preliminary template. And if you're asking if we will have the information stated there, so yes, if we agree, we will have it there. If this was your question, this is my answer.
I think
otherwise,
I heard it.
I can
type the question. I can type the.
No, it's fine. He's asking about the we can write the like the amount of money in euros because the budget is in euros. And I can say
Pakistan is right, and yeah, Saadi is also right. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Yeah, again.
Do we have an answer then? Did they answer?
I hope we did.
Okay, good. Any more questions? I am really hungry right now. Any more questions, guys?
Is it in case we have no more questions? Can we sort of do an informal vote if there's an initial agreement so that we can move on and send an email to the server and go on with what we decided or what we just shared?
Yes, we can, but let me check how many NMOs are.
Thing. Like it's just, no, we can do it by raise hands here even, it's fine. It's not a final thing, just an initial approval so that we can send an email, put more effort to elaborate more on the email and send it to the server, and then we can discuss it further. So it's just an initial okay for us to proceed.
Okay, people, you heard your vice president for capacity building. If you have an initial approval, please raise your hands now. I guess you have your answer there. Almost everyone raised their hands.
Thank you very, very much for supporting the idea. We will be making our best to present it in the best way possible on the MO server, and we will make our best also to answer all your questions that are going to be shared on the MO server. I would like to especially thank Mr. Saad for helping out this a lot. He has been working a lot for developing this platform as well. And I'd also like to thank my capacity building IT, especially the online training assistant, who has also been working a lot in preparing the manuals and also the IG proposals and the platform itself. And thank you, NMOs, for attending. I hope that you enjoyed the capacity building plenary, and we also enjoyed being here with you and hearing your input about and comments about our idea. Wait for us. We will be sending the more elaborated version on the NMO server. Thank you very much, and see you soon in president sessions if you're NMO presidents, in the next plenary if you're attending the next plenary, if NMO management, if you're attending NMO management. If not, maybe somewhere in lifetime we will meet again. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Bye,
Take care,
bye.
guys.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Bye, everyone.